Video from Good Morning Great Britain. There are 5 participants discussing whether obesity is a positive image or a health risk. Now, to gain a better perspective, they each talk about what they believe this image is portraying. But instead of trying to understand what other people are saying, they just keep defending their opinions and not trying to come up with a conclusion that they can all agree with. And as the video goes on, they just keep arguing and trying to get the other person to believe what they believe. And they also interrupt when people are talking, and it just turns into a heated argument. But instead of having it end that way, they can try to continue this conversation to get that conclusion. From the reading, asking the right questions, there are some verbal strategies that can keep the conversation going, and these will help to come to a better conclusion. One of these strategies is trying to come together, taking that person's best reasons and your best reasons and see if there's some conclusion that both of them could embrace. Instead of from the video, they just kept cutting each other off and saying what they think that this is portraying. Participants should realize that they're there to learn from each other, not to argue with each other and be warriors, but also try to see from the other's perspective and not be some kind of know-it-all. Also, this concept from the reading, asking the right questions, which is known as panning for gold. Now, the first step of this concept is to ask the person why they want them to believe something. The step is to take notes about potential questions with what was being said. The third step was to evaluate what was being said, which these participants clearly didn't do. And the last step is to basically form a conclusion about the topic based on what was being said. I believe that this interview could have gone on and they could have come to a conclusion if they really did hear each other out, instead of ending the way it did, where they were raising each other's voices and giving their opinions about what this concept is about.